This is called deflationary gap. Why it is called deflationary gap? Because AD which is needed to achieve full employment is AD dash, and the present AD is at AD0. So AD0 lies below AD dash. It means AD0 is deficient demand. It is not sufficient to achieve full employment. That is the reason we call AD0 as deficient demand. This is what we are discussing. It is called problem of deficient demand.
So AD0 is deficient demand.
AD0 is called deficient demand because it is not sufficient to achieve full employment level. Now at full employment level, your present demand is YFA, but YFB is needed to achieve full employment. I repeat, at YF, our present demand is YFA, and we need a YFB to reach full employment. Okay, so this AB is called deflationary gap. What is deflation? Deflation is a situation of unemployment, just opposite to inflation. Don't go by our present practical idea of inflation and deflation and unemployment. Okay, that I will discuss later on. This is purely technical and theoretical concept. Deflation means unemployment. Inflation means there is no unemployment. This, keep that in your mind for the time being. Now at YF, we need to have YFB, but actually we are having YFA. Why? Because demand is deficient and the gap AB is called deflationary gap. And the unemployment is shown over here by the gap between Y0 and YF. If all are employed, then YF level of income will be generated. But actual income generated is Y0. Then there must be some unemployment. So this gap Y0, YF is showing, it is showing the unemployment. Okay. So now how to solve this problem? Before I move on to this, before I talk about the problems and the solution, let us discuss the concept of multiplier. This is the concept of multiplier. See, if we increase investment by delta I, income will be increased by delta Y. Okay, and as the slope of AD is less than slope of AS. See here, delta I is less than delta Y, or in other words, delta Y is greater than delta I. This is called multiplier. Maybe if the investment is increased by 100 crore, output will be, or income will be increased by more than 100 crore. Okay. Now this is called concept of multiplier. We have some mathematical formulation also. Let us do that. See, over here I have deduced the concept of multiplier. Y is equal to A plus BY plus I, because AD equals to AS is Y, AD is C plus I, C is A plus BY. So I have written directly Y is equal to A plus BY plus I. Now investment is increased. As a result, income is also increased. Okay. So everything is increased by delta. Delta Y equals to 0. Why? Because A is constant. There is no change. That is why we have written 0. B is also a constant. So it will be B delta Y plus delta I. Now the rest is easy. You are taking delta Y in one side once is yawning. Okay, so this K is called multiplier, which is 1 by 1 minus MPC. Okay, or you can write 1 by MPS, because 1 minus MPC is MPS. Okay, so K is 1 by 1 minus MPC, or you can write K is equal to 1 by MPS. This is called the concept of multiplier. This is called the concept of multiplier. Look at this one. Over here, investment increased by delta I. Why C plus I? So immediately income will be increased by delta I. I repeat, delta I. Investment is increased by delta I. Immediately income will be increased by delta I, because Y equals to C plus I. Now as income increased by delta I, consumption will be increased by B times delta I. Why? Because of MPC, because of consumption function of the nature A plus BY. So if income is increased by delta I, consumption will be increased by B times delta I. It is MPC, we all have discussed before. Immediately if consumption increases, immediately income will be increased by B times delta I. Next, income, this is like your money multiplier. We have done it, money multiplier concept. It is B times B delta I. This way, here it is B to the power N delta I. Here it will be B to the power N minus 1 delta I. Okay, you just copy this one. Easy, just like money multiplier. First income is increasing, then consumption is increasing. When consumption is increasing, again income is increasing. When income is increasing, again consumption is increasing. But at B times. And as B is a fraction, the increase is becoming very less. Day by day, month by after month, it is becoming very less. Why? Because B is a fraction. If B is a fraction, then it will be reducing. So ultimately it will come to 0. If we add, okay, it will be, if I take delta I common from that expression, from that table, the total increase in income will be delta I within bracket 1 plus B square plus B to the power 3 plus B to the power 4 till B to the power N minus 1. Okay, so that series, the summation, if I apply, okay, that formula, it will be coming 1 by 1 minus B multiplied by delta I. Okay, so delta Y by delta I is called K, and the K is multiplier. K is 1 by 1 minus MPC or 1 by MPS. K is 1 by 1 minus MPC because B is MPC, and we know 1 minus MPC is 1 MPS. This. This is called the concept of multiplier. So today, actually, I'm giving you one example. Okay, let us assume that MPC is 0.75. That means 75% of increased income is spent on consumption. Okay, in one side. And the deflationary gap, that unemployment, or you can say the gap between Y0 and YF, let us assume that it is 40,000 crores of rupees. Y0 YF is 40,000 crores. That means our full actual income falls short of full employment level of income by 40,000 crores. Now the question is, what should be the increase in investment? The increase in investment should be 10,000 crore. Why? Because as MPC is 0.75, multiplier is 4. So if investment is increased by only 10,000 crore, ultimately national income will be increased by 40,000 crore. This is the implication of understanding or knowing multiplier.